Hello my dear students, welcome to CMI's online classes. In today's class, for the students of standard 9, we are going to discuss about story writing. Story writing with the help of outlines. See, outlines means in this kind of story writing, some introductory lines are given in the question for your understanding, to have a concept to write a story, to have a concept about what we should write a story regarding the question asked by the teacher. Understood? So before we move to know more about how to write a good story, we should discuss about the marking scheme of the story writing that you have to write in your examination. See here, story writing is a very important section to be covered in your syllabus because it covers 10 marks out of 80 marks in the question of English paper. So here, out of 10 marks, how your teachers who will check your answer and how that teacher will award you marks in story writing. So I have given here. So it is very much important to write a title. So your title will be awarded 1 mark. Okay. And content of story has 4 marks. Understood? Accuracy of the story has 2.5 marks. And fluency of the story has 2.5 marks. Total 10 marks. Understood? So later on I will tell you how to write the title, what is actually the content of the story, what is the accuracy of the story, and what is the fluency of a story. So I will explain you. So listen, you need to practice because practice makes a man perfect. We all know that. So you need to practice a story writing according to the process I explained you in this video. You need to be very careful about how you write the story because I am going to explain about do's and don'ts. Do's means what are the points that you have to follow while writing a story, and don'ts means what you should not follow to write, what you should not write, what you should avoid while writing the story, so that you will be able to score good marks. Okay students, so now I am going to explain the way how to write a good story. So I hope now you are attentive to listen to my explanation. So here we go with our explanation. My dear students, now we are discussing about story writing. This is one of the most important topics that you need to understand and learn the process how to write stories on your own. It is very simple because whatever and however you imagine about the stories of your imaginations, they are going to work and help you to score good marks in your English examination. You have to use your imaginative skills here, and for it you will be awarded with marks by your teachers. The total marks of the story writing will be of 10 marks, and your marking scheme will be like this. For title you will get 1 mark. For the content of the story you have 4 marks. For the accuracy of the story you have 2.5 marks, and for the fluency of your story you will get 2.5 marks. The format of the story writing is very simple. You have to write the title and then a story. But you have to keep it in your mind that your story should be 150 to 200 words, or however it is asked in the question. You all have to write a story based on the outlines given in your question. So those outlines which are given in the questions will help you to have an idea about what the story should be written. You will see the first 2-3 lines of the story as the outlines to have an idea what the story should be written about and related to. Students, it sounds very easy, but we need to be aware of where our marks get cut. First, we have to be sure about the spelling of the words. Here, most of the students make mistake because many of you write spellings incorrectly and here your marks get cut. So the words you write should be written correctly, and also you need to check your grammatical errors like the use of verbs, mostly tenses and forms of verbs. So be sure that whatever the forms of verbs you are using, they are aptly used and they are correct according to the story you are writing or you want to deliver the message through the story. The another point to understand and remember is that whenever you make error and you realize it and you cut it, so how you should cut your error after realizing it, that also determines the scoring of marks. So whenever you cut the words that you have wrongly written, it should be cut at once, not as many times as many of you do. You have to cut it by striking just one line. Otherwise, try to avoid making errors. To avoid errors or to avoid making mistake, you need to go through the outlines given in the question and you need to imagine first that what concept comes in your mind and what are you going to write. At first you have to write and imagine all those things in your mind. So don't start writing your story without thinking. So first you think how should you or how would you start your story, how it would flow and what are the incidents that come in your story and how does it end. So all these plans or chain of actions should be there in your mind before writing the story. Don't make your plan while writing the story. At first you complete writing your story in your mind and then write it down in your paper. If you keep these 2 points in your mind, you can easily get 5 marks. Now we have left with 5 marks, total 10 marks. So 5 marks. For how to score 5 marks, I have given you the idea. Now how to score the left 5 marks? Let's discuss about that. Now come to the title of the story, which is very much important while writing a story. And your title should be short and sweet, of maximum 3 or 4 words, and your title should be related to the story. If you do this, you will get 1 mark more. Now for the content of the story, content means the subject matter, the ideas. It refers to what the story carries with it according to its title. Does it carry the same idea than one may have after reading the title? So your subject matter or the content of the story should be based on the concept of the title of the story. This is called the content of the story. Now accuracy of the story. So how far the story is accurate and related to fact or can be related to the real life situation. That means your story should not be highly imaginative. That means your story should be related by anyone to their daily life experience. That means anyone can relate your story with themselves. Now, what is the fluency of a story? See, fluency refers to the chain of events that move from one to another till the end. So, how far this chain of incidents you have written in a very appropriate manner that a reader should come to know about it and relate it accordingly. So this is the fluency of your story. Now the discussion about how your story should be. Okay, your story should avoid highly imaginative incidents like the stories about or related to zombies, vampires, time travels, spaceships, superheroes, or any romantic stories. You should avoid these ideas. Actually, you are not writing the script of a movie. The one who is checking your answer sheet may not have ideas about your highly imaginative story. Many of you do this mistake, like I am giving you the idea how many of you often write your story. I am here giving you the idea of outline and the story that many of you write. Here, this is the outline, and your outline is like this. Two friends were on a trekking to a hillside. Suddenly, a man arrives there asking somebody for help. Now, you add your own imagination to the story by writing that there was the rule of zombies at the hillside. The man was infected by the zombies. The two friends saved the world by becoming two superheroes. So here, the teacher who is taking your answer sheet, your paper, may not have any ideas about zombies and think you very crazy. So you should not write about these incidents. Your story should be very simple. You have to write a very simple story, not a movie script. A good story is one in which you have a problem and the main character of the story solves it, and comes a twist at the end of the story, but the character solves it bravely. You can take the same question that the same infected man comes to your character. For example, you can give your characters the name Ram and Sam. Okay, the man who had come to ask your characters for help, his friend was also infected and is severely injured, but he wants to save his friend. You should add more points to your story, more accurately flowing with the incidents that Ram and Sam were sensible that they had carried a first aid box with them. They give them first aid after reaching to the man's friend. They call the ambulance and ask the ambulance to reach at the foot of the hill. But then the twist comes to the story. The ambulance cannot reach to the hillside because of high traffic jam. So Ram and Sam take the man and his friend to the nearby clinic, buy an auto rickshaw and ask for their treatment, and then they get cured. Your story should be like this. I have told you in short, you have to add your own details to make your story more interesting. Did you see that story writing is very easy? So students, let us recall and remember all the points that we have discussed to be followed while writing a good story with the help of the given outline. See, the outline gives us a fair idea what the story should be about. The outline of the story simply describes the sequence of events with characters in the form of points and short phrases. We must now breathe life into this outline and develop the points into a complete story. The story cannot be completed without the introduction of the characters. Characters should be introduced so that they are the main part of the story who carry the events with the flow of time and action and bring all these into the end. So, what are these characters? See, characters in the story may be people, animal, and sometimes even non-living things who talk and behave like human beings. It is often the writers to choose their characters. So, the characters should be chosen by the writers to make their stories more interesting and enjoyable. So now we will discuss some more points to remember while writing a good story. The point number 1 is we should always read the outline carefully before we write the story and understand what the story is or should all about. After reading the outline, the second step to be taken is to develop the points given in the outline into complete sentences. Now, the third step is to follow the outline of the story, that means to follow the sequence in which the points are given. These points form the series of events in the story. We should not omit any part of the outline, or we should not include unrelated or unnecessary events that may change the story completely. So these are the things that we have to be very much careful about while writing a story. Now, the fourth step that we should take while writing a story after the third step is that every story has a beginning, middle, and ending. See, we have a certain beginning. So beginning of the story we should be knowing. There are some traditional way of starting our story, like once upon a time, many years ago, on a very cold winter evening or winter morning, summer morning, like this. These are the phrases that we should follow while writing a story. And this way we shall start our story with the introduction of the character. And this character carries the series of actions, and in the middle of the story the problem arises, and at the end the problem is solved by the characters. But with the flow of the story, point number 5 should be remembered. We may include details to make the story interesting and enjoyable to read. Point number 6, we should write the story in the past tense. This is very much important to understand, that we should write the story in the past tense even if the outline may be provided in the present tense. Okay. So then we should also write or introduce dialogue or a conversation to make the story engaging. And while writing these conversations or dialogues in the story, we should introduce these conversations and dialogues in direct speech. Otherwise, rest of the story should be written in indirect speech. For example, when we use direct speech, just take an example from the same story. The man said, "Help me please, I will be very grateful." This is the conversation that the man had with Ram and Sam, your characters in the story, and this dialogue is written in direct speech. Now, rest of the story we have to write in indirect speech, but whenever you introduce a dialogue, you should introduce with direct speech. Now again we come to indirect speech, that Ram and Sam helped the man and his friend. took them to the clinic for their treatment. Finally, the man and his friend were saved and they were very thankful to Ram and Sam. Now, this is in indirect speech. And the last but the very important point to know that is, don't forget to give a title to your story. Understood? I have already told you in my previous explanation also that you should not forget to give a suitable title to your story, and whenever you are giving a title to your story, avoid to use quotation mark and punctuation mark until and unless the title you are using is in a complete sentence. Otherwise, I have already told you, you should avoid to write your title very long, because I have told you to write your title only of maximum 3 or 4 words. So this will make your title very interesting. At the end, the moral of today's video is, don't write the moral of the story. That means after you finish writing your story, most of you make a mistake by writing the moral of the story, but don't do it. This is a common mistake that many students do. So please don't write the story, don't write the moral of the story at the end. So if you all follow the rules that I have explained till now, you will get full marks. That means 10 upon 10 in your story writing. So follow the rules that I have explained in my explanation to score good marks in your exam.